Hey all, Steve from GuitarNiche here. Well, the purpose of this video is to illustrate how to use these lovely radius gauges. Okay? I mean, we see them in the groups and everywhere, and you know, they come in all wonderful different sizes, etc., etc. But how do you use them? Well, we're going to find out. Now, of course, the manufacturer of the instrument you're working on, or have, I should say, should have some indication as to what the radius specs are on the instrument, and that's dictated by the radius of the neck. The radius of the neck will ultimately dictate what goes on further down the road, let's say. Okay, so you're going to determine exactly what the radius of the fretboard is, and that will ultimately guide or help you to set up the radius at the bridge. So in this particular instrument, or with this particular instrument, I should say, I know what it is, but I got to illustrate what it is, and of course how to use these tools. So this is supposed to be a 9.5-inch radius fretboard, typical American construction or spec, you might say. So by way of example, here's a 7.25-inch radius gauge here, and I'm just going to carefully, as best I can, slide that underneath the strings and up towards about here, maybe what would that be, 17, 15, 16, that area there. Maybe I'll pull that back a little bit towards here. No, I'm not even situated properly. Well, let's try that again. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm sorry, I'm new. Anyway, I got to be underneath all the strings, and I'm going to be right about there. Let's say this should give me a fair read on the radius of the neck. Now, this is a 7.25 of an inch radius. There's a little bit of light there, isn't there? So I'm using this pen light here to illustrate the point. There's a gap, and you'll see this very evidently by the naked eye when you're doing this, okay? Comparatively, let's get rid of that. And we'll use the appropriate 9.5 in the same spot. Okay. And we should see 0, no gap. That is a perfect match to the radius of the neck. So, if you use these radius gauges, which are plentiful for sure, it's not rocket science. And if you're not sure of the radius of the neck, well, this is how you do it. You go up, you go down, you find out which one matches the radius and allows no light to pass through. Now you can do this either from the fretboard or from the frets. I recommend the fretboard because that's typically the, especially at this end of the neck, it's going to have no wear on it. Frets can give you misreads, etc., etc. And away you go. Anyway, that's how we do that. I should add that notched radius gauges are a great tool for determining the neck radius without having to, get under the strings and use funky tools and stuff like that. So you don't disturb the strings, etc., etc. So this is a homemade tool. Very simple to make. If you're interested in such a thing, I'll please say so in the comments, and I'll post a video on how on how to go about making one. It's like super easy, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, once again, the idea is you don't want to see any gaps of light underneath any of those footings. So the curve should match the fretboard. Simple as that. Okay. Anyway, read the description below and find some great resources there, freebies, all sorts of good stuff. Play loud, have fun, have a great day, and we're off to the races. See ya!